the deadliest assassin who thrives in the shadows. Today we have the ninja. His shadow clones decimate his enemies without leaving a trace, and his shurikens pierce even the toughest of foes. Today we are using the ninja in the dark mirror, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so here we are in Act 1, just before the Yggdrasil fight, and today we're using the main man himself, Ninja. Now, Ninja here is a physical speed skull, and as of the 1.7.3 patch that just got implemented, he has been buffed quite a bit, with all his skills getting extra damage. He's also invulnerable on swap-ins. We've got 53 bone fragments. We can't get into legendary just yet.
Naughty, you're teasing me.
And for the items we are rocking, we have the Banshee Quintessence, the basic Carlane Staff, the Carlane Insignia, the Gold Incense Burner, the Priestess's Veil, and the Lunar Ring. So we don't exactly have any items amping his damage at the moment, and Unique Ninja honestly isn't probably the best, but the way we're just gonna try and build this guy, we really just want to be focusing on his skill damage, because when he does evolve into legendary, he gets an extra set of skills. So if we just get some pure physical, maybe get some courage, that would work very nicely. But we've not got my favorite skills on him with the Flash Rampage and the Shurikens, and I know most people have a problem with Ninja because his basic attacks aren't really that good, and his air attacks also kind of suck. But Ninja, in my opinion, is extremely good, especially when you do get him up to legendary. He does get that massive power boost. And another thing Ninja also has, he also has a third dash, which I really like because I love my movement characters.
Nice.
But the one thing with his third dash is that the timing for the cooldown is a little bit weird, so if you're not used to it, you might get caught off. And Yigi's not going to be living for too much longer. He's out of his first phase, so let's activate the Banshee at the start so we can get that little bit of slowness. Let's just move up to the right hand side, just go for the damage, go for a Flash Rampage. We were going to get hit there either way. It's just quite unfortunate. And the shurikens should be able to finish Yggdrasil off. And what are we going to get from the chest here? I mean, the Manatech Kujul isn't exactly a bad item. We're going to be getting some crits from it. So let's take this, move on to the curses. And we're going to be buying weakness exposure, and we can move on to Act 2. Okay, so I did just want to interrupt today's video to say thank you guys for all the support we have been getting on the recent videos. And we are trying to hit 350 subscribers by the end of March. So if you are new here, you do enjoy the Skul content, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and let's get back into today's build. Like I said, we can't get this guy up to legendary just yet, so we are going to be focusing on Skull Rooms, trying to get this guy upgraded as quickly as possible. And let's activate Banshee here just to help kill the guys at the top. And we are taking way too much damage in this room. We really just need some actual items to help us, because we're really not killing anyone quick enough at all. And we do not want to use the revives, so luckily weakness exposure should finish everybody off. Werewolf can get destroyed. We're going to be using Banshee here. We want to just go for the Gatling Gunner at the top left before anything else happens. And we do actually get the reroll NPC here, which we are going to be speaking to because I want to get the Shadow Clone ability. And there we go, we got these shadow clones on the first try, which is extremely nice. Let's kill the final few enemies here and move on to the shop. And we are going to be buying the food. And we do go ahead, find Gunpowder Sword nice and early.
Thank you.
And with Ninja, because he has loads of multi-hits on his skills, this actually works really well. And we also do find the Golden Swords. Let's also take this. Let's come up top, reroll for an item. And we do go ahead, find Crown of Thorns. So let's pick this up. And we're really getting some big damage now. If we can only find a little bit more crit synergy, that would really help. And it is also quite lucky actually getting crits with Ninja, because of all the multi-hits that he does, it really just works well. The only other thing now is if we could find these Black Steel Daggers, that would obviously work insanely well.
Aiming ball of foreshadowing.
But you can already really tell that this buff for Ninja has extremely helped, even though Ninja was one of my favorites before, and a lot of more people should try him out now. And if none of you guys have actually tried Ninja out, I would highly recommend it. He is extremely good, and we got a few enemies left. We can just dodge all the way over there, and if there's a purple enemy here, we are going to be activating Banshee, and we've got a few enemies down here. Luckily, we should just be able to finish off the maids. Let's go in for the Shadow Clones on this guy, and Gunpowder Sword is really helping out with our damage, because other than Gunpowder Sword, we don't really have any items that are actually helping us in terms of actually amping our damage, because we don't have any courage, we don't have any physical increases, and we still don't, but we will just go ahead, take the Bone of Madness, Madness for the Carlane staff, and let's make our way over to the Adventurer fight. Okay, so here we're going to be fighting the Priestess and the Warrior. I'm going to be going after the Priestess first. Let's activate Banshee so they get slowed down and just go in for the basics. I'd really love if she didn't just teleport into the actual fire so we can't even hit her anymore. Let's just keep getting the basics done on this lady. We do want to kill her, and while she's doing an ultimate, we want to just get the stun on her and break her so she doesn't get the big heal. And the Priestess is dead from a shadow clone. We've only got the Paladin to worry about. Luckily, weakness exposure is really helping with all the damage we are doing. Let's activate Banshee, and now we can go in for some big damage on this guy. And he is already stunned. Let's go for the shadow clone. We're actually going to swap out into Mage, let him get a little bit of damage off just to finish him off. And let's swap out into Ninja. Shadow clones and a few shurikens should finish the dude off. And we're going to be taking the Priest Staff for the Carlane Insignia. And we also do find Troll. That is an insane Quintessence 2 pickup. So let's take this.
Nice.
And we can't get this guy upgraded to Legendary just yet. So if we find just either 2 rares or a unique, we will be able to get there. Troll is really going to be helping out with our damage here on the basics. Now, all that I can ask is that we do just find some actual raw physical increases. And we want to be going after the Hammer Giant first. Even the Priestesses can't heal the damage we are outputting. And it's just going to become a lot insaner when we actually do upgrade this guy. And let's see who we get. Rockstar can get destroyed. That does give us the bone fragments that we do need to get this guy upgraded to Legendary. And getting him upgraded just after these sisters is certainly not a bad timing. It could have been a little bit quicker if we got just a tad bit luckier, but it is what it is. All we're trying to do is just keep our health as maxed out as possible for the actual sisters fight. And other than that, all I can ask, like I've said, is that we do find just a little bit more damage. We're going to be activating Troll here to kill the purple archer. And let's see who we get. Warlock can get destroyed, and I do want to be doing a video on him very soon because he is one of the skills that got buffed immensely. And let's move on to the shop. We are going to be taking the food. We are also going to be taking the execution axe for the Priestess's Veil, and we're also going to be getting rid of the Priest Staff and picking up the Prince's Box. And let's also come here, swap out Mage for Minotaur, and we're going to be swapping out the Raven Monarch's Feather for the Gold Incense Burner, and let's move on. Let's go for a Shadow Clones, and that just kills him in one shot. Now, you know that's quite good when you are literally just killing purple enemies in just one hit. Having the forearms is going to be helping, and let's see who we get. Let's move on. Still going to be prioritizing Skull rooms, and we do go ahead find a chest room, so let's go search for the golden key and get our free legendary. And there we go. We do find it very early, so we didn't take too much damage, which is great. What legendary are we going to be getting out of this? And the Curse Lab Embers is just not the one, so we will just move on here, and let's see who we get. Clown can get destroyed, and we are onto the sisters fight. Now, we really need to be playing it nice and slowly here because we're not going to be able to kill them very quickly with the items we've got, and we can really get punished in this fight, so let's just be smart. Let's go kill them.
This is big brain time.
Okay, so here we are onto the sisters. Like I said, we're going to be playing it just really nice and safe. Don't want to be taking too much damage on the first phase here, so we're really just waiting for the one sister to actually come in so we can deal the big damage to the single target. And while she's in here, we can go use Troll. Let's get the Shadow Clones going, use the Shurikens, and she's taking a lot of damage here. Luckily, Gunpowder Sword really is helping out for us. Let's dodge through that, and once we do get the crits going, she's just dying, and we're already out of the first phase. So I might have lied to you lot. This fight might be a lot easier than I think because we might just be doing a ton more damage than I'm thinking right now, but we can still get caught, so we're going to be playing it nice and safely here. We can't dodge through that because I got the timings wrong, and while she's doing this attack, we will just sit in the corner here. We want to be waiting for a nice safe time to activate Troll, and let's go for the Shadow Clones. That should be dealing a good amount of damage here, and that is where all our damage is actually coming from in a minute. I've been hit by this wall attack every single time. I'm really not getting the timings perfect, but like I was saying, our damage mostly is just coming from all our crit that we've got going, so if we can just get a little bit extra crit rate, that would really help because we are decimating this lady when we've got Troll activated. And one more Shurikens should just be able to kill her, and there we go. These sisters are dead. Ninja really proving his worth in this run, even as a unique, because when we upgrade him just after this, he's going to get so much more powerful. And let's open the chest here. What are we going to be getting? And we do find the ring. That is an insanely good pickup. You guys know it is the best item in the game. So let's take this for the Raven Monarch's Feather, and let's move on to the curses. And what we're doing is picking up Go-Getter, upgrading that once, and let's move on to Act 3. But before that, we can come down here and upgrade Ninja up to Legendary. And here we go, we've got the legendary ninja, so he's got his 2 sets of skills now in the air and on the ground, and he's just a lot safer to play. When you're using your shadow clones now, you're not actually in the fight stood still. I'm going to be putting the rest of the bone fragments that we've got into our HP, and now it's all about just trying to find the better items and the better skulls to actually be able to deal some really good damage, even though right now we are basically killing everyone instantly. And let's activate these shadow clones. We do have the throwing knives, which are quite good. Unfortunately, the Neo Golem did spawn, so we're going to have to kill him. So when he just sits still, activates that, we should be able to just use Troll and kill him here. Yeah, he's just already dead. Oh my life. This is why I miss Ninja, because he is just so good. And let's see who we get. Alchemist can get destroyed. And even right now, we do not have a ton of good items looking for us, but it just doesn't matter because we can literally just kill anything. Even the Neo Golem spawners are dying in about 2 hits. And we've only got a few more enemies left up top here. The shadow clones should just be able to finish everybody off. And let's move on to the Skull room. If we could find just a few legendaries or uniques to get this guy upgraded, or should I say to get his totems upgraded nice and fast, that would be really nice. Also need just a little bit more crit rate if we really want to be going for that, because Gunpowder Sword and Crown of Thorns are really helping out in our damage at the moment. Now let's see who we get. Skul can get destroyed. Let's move on to the shop. And I do ask for some crits, and we do go ahead, find Thieves Black Steel Daggers, so we might as well just pick these up for the Manatech Cudgel. And this run is basically finished already, but we'll try and make it as overpowered for you guys. So let's take the 10 bone fragments, take the increased attack speed, and we're going to be locking in Misfortune for the extra crit rate, and we're also swapping Minotaur out for Warlock. So when we actually have Thieves activated, we have a 70% chance to crit, which means we just kill everyone with Gunpowder Sword, especially with the Go-Getter perk on it that we have, giving it the extra damage. You guys know I love my crit builds, but this is one hell of a crit build, especially on Ninja, who it probably works out one of the best with. And we're still going to be focusing Skull rooms, like I said. Mithril armor is not the best for us, so we're just going to be leaving that behind. Let's see who we get. Predator can just get destroyed, and we are on to the Adventurer fight. Yeah, none of these are going to be causing us a problem. We can just start it off with Troll, go for the Shadow Clones, and that has slowed down my game. What is happening now? And we do have the in-air skills that we really need to get a little bit better of actually using. Let's go for the Shadow Clones and the Shurikens. Once we get our basics up, and Gunpowder Sword is just going to kill all of these heroes here. Yeah, both of them are already dead. We've only got the Thief left, and he should just die from a few hits. Let's get the Kunais nice and in the open, and I'm guessing he's going to be going for his ultimate soon, so when he does, we can just activate Troll, go for the Shadow Clones, miss literally everything, but they're all dead. And we will go ahead, destroy the Samurai, and we can put the rest of the bone fragments into the health totem. I'm going to be finishing off putting the rest into the skill cooldowns. Getting that health totem maxed out early is really good for us, so we're going to be probably wanting to get a few more just item rooms for now, because skull-wise we're looking great. There is a few more items that I would like to find, because I don't really want to be keeping hold of the Princess box for too much longer. And let's just see who we get here. Let's swap out Warlock for Minotaur, and let's move on. And let's swap into Ninja here. Even his swap is doing a ton of damage. I'm not too much of the biggest fan of his actual swapping, and we do have the Golem down here, which shouldn't be causing us any kind of a problem. Let's just move out of the way of it and wait for him to get his core out so he can actually just kill the dude. Let's activate Troll, and he should be dead here. Only got a few more enemies, and the Kunais should be able to finish all these guys off. And let's move on to the shop. And we're going to be buying the 10 max life, and we do also find Infinite Bone, which could actually really work, giving us the resets on our skills. So let's pick this up for the Bone of Madness, and let's move on. Everything working out just extremely well at the minute for us. We can kill the big guy here with a few more hits and the clones, and getting the skill cooldowns on that skill is going to be insanely good. Even getting the extra cooldowns on the Kunais could work perfectly. And we can just go ahead, destroy Froskull, move on to the item room. If we could find the Solar Sword, that would be great to be able to give us Fulgent Dawn. Other than that, I can't see much else that I extremely desperately need anymore, which is always a good sign, because that means you know your run is doing something well. And we got the final few enemies around here. Luckily, the Shadow Clones should be able to finish the rest of these dudes off. So let's just activate the Shadow Clones, kill the big dude, and he's literally on 1 health. And let's open the chest here. Nothing too good, so we'll destroy the Bone of Madness, move on. And we are really just trying to keep our health nice and maxed out before anything else actually happens. And of course a dude just had to fall down here. I mean, we'll kill them anyway, it doesn't really matter to us. And let's open the Ominous Chest, and we do actually find the Pot of Greed, which is probably just a better physical increase for us at 120%. sense. Let's pick this up for the Lunar Ring, and the Armor of Fear can also just get destroyed. Let's move on to the Chimera fight. Now, once we get Troll activated and just go in for all the skill damage, I don't think this guy's going to last too long, so let's just go in and kill him.
Okay, let's go.
And this buff that we've had to Ninja here, it is so good. I'm really hoping that when they do the physical patch buff next, they can really do wonders like they've done for this magic damage buff, because all these skills, all the new items that they've fixed on everybody, it's just so good. And Chimera here is nearly dead. We are doing so much damage to him. Let's get the kunais going. Let's try not kill ourselves, but he's just down. And let's open the chest here. Just give us Hope Slasher, maybe. And we're just going to be destroying Doomsday for now, and we can move on to the curses. We'll put our final point into Go-Getter, and let's start putting points into Predicted Pain. And let's make our way down, put the rest of the bone fragments into the attack speed and skill cooldowns, and now let's just make our way over to Act 4. And there's only really a few items that I want to really get rid of now, like the Prince's Box and maybe the Executioner's Axe, just trying to find a little bit better arms for them. So if you could find the Hope Slasher, that would obviously be extremely good. We will be sort of taking bone rooms for probably the rest of the run now, because items, it's not like we can really get too much better from them, because we've already found the main ones that we actually needed, and the Shadow Clones should be able to finish everybody off. Let's throw her through kunais, and having this max arms, or the arms at 4 should I say, is really giving us a lot of damage instantly. Let's go for the Shadow Clones, hit them with a shuriken, and everybody's dead here somehow, so let's just speak to Little Gus. And the Stone of the Plague isn't the one, so we can just move on here, and let's destroy Berserker. Really just trying to keep our health as maxed out as possible for the Adventurer fight. Luckily, us doing tons of damage is really just helping, because we're killing everything before something can actually hurt us. Let's go for the kunais on the Mage, and we got the final few statues up top. Luckily, they're not going to be causing any kind of a problem, and let's take the money, move on here, and having that extra bit of life and skill cooldowns from the ring is just why it is one of the best items in the game. It really just gives you so much utility, and of course, the Executioner up there is guarded with some plate armor, so you will just use the clones to finish you off. If you can get the plate armor off him, I'm fine then actually going for the kill on this dude, because otherwise he really does a lot of damage to me, and I do not want to take all of my health away. So we can kind of just cheese it as Ninja here, which, hey, I'm not opposed to doing. That was a little bit cheesy, but he died anyway. I'm not too bothered. And who have we got up top? The reroll NPC. I am certainly not bothered to talk to you, because I love the skills that I've got now. So let's just see who we get. Prisoner, thank you for your sacrifice, my friend, and let's move on to the shop. Now we are going to be taking the food, taking the 10 bone fragments. Let's move on to the next item room here. Like I said, the only real things that would help us now is actually just like Hope Slasher and the big damage items. The only item that I actually really wouldn't want to find is Kyrian, because we just wouldn't be able to get him evolved at this point. And we've only got Guts here remaining. Luckily, a few kunais on the floor should be able to take him out. And let's open the chest. Nothing gutsy. We'll just destroy the Lunar Ring, move on to the Skull Room, and getting these Skull Rooms is really nice, just to be able to get all the totems maxed out, because if we can go ahead, max out the skill cooldowns, we'll then move on to the physical attack, and that'll just really increase the damage we are doing for the run. And let's use the kunais to finish off these statues here. Weakness exposure coming in all kinds of clutch for us, and let's see who we get. Ryder can get destroyed. We are onto the Adventurers, and who are we going to be fighting here? I don't think whoever it is going to stand a chance. Yeah, the Fire Mage, we can just kill him in about 2 seconds. We just need to get nice and up close to us so we can actually do some damage. Let's go for the Shadow Clones here. Let's throw these shurikens. That actually should hit her, and as you can see, even only 2 skills have done that much damage to her. Let's activate Troll, go in for the Shadow Clones, go in for the basics and the kunais. Luckily, the kunais actually do hit her mid-air, and one thing with Ninja is that when he does get to Legendary, his air attacks really do become very good, and this lady is just really zoning us off, so we just want to be able to wait for her to sit on the floor here. Now we can go in for the big damage. Let's activate Troll, hit her with the exploding kunai up top, and this lady's not going to be living for too much longer. After this ultimate, we should be able to just try and like air attack up there, go for the big damage, or she can do this move and just sit on the floor. Let's go for the Shadow Clones, go for the big skills, and she is just dead. And we will go ahead, destroy the Berserker, and we'll put the rest of the bone fragments into our totems. Probably going to get most of these maxed out by the end of the run. Got them upgraded a nice way, so we're still probably going to be taking a few more item rooms now. We'll still focus focus on some Skul rooms because I do want to try and get that totem maxed out, the final one. But other than that, it doesn't really matter now because we're doing too much damage for anything to actually hurt us. The only thing that could probably kill us is just the hero fight itself. But to stop that, all we need to do is just not be stupid and just play a little bit smart. And let's open the Omnis chest here. Nothing too good, so we'll just destroy the explosive arrow, move on to the Skul room. And in the meantime, it looks like this Prince's box is actually going to be staying with us. Just because if we don't find a better arms item, then I'm happily okay with it staying there. We'll speak to the Death Knight, get the 44 shields. And we're just really trying to make our way over Joan as quick as possible now. But Davy Jones can get destroyed. And let's just keep our health nice and maxed out as we possibly can. Just don't want to be taking silly, stupid damage here. And let's take the money. Can we just get a shot before the actual Joan fight so we can spend all this money that we've got? Because having this much cast on us and us not using it is completely useless. Let's take out the second totem here. And this room can kind of be a problem if you are not able to actually clear out a ton of enemies at once. Luckily, Ninja's really good at just clearing out rooms. I mean, he's pretty good at just doing everything, but he's especially good at clearing out rooms and killing single target enemies. He's just one of the best all-around Skuls in the game. And we got the final few dudes left, so let's kill them, destroy Rockstar, move on to the shop. I'm going to be taking the Carlian Burger, taking the Miracle Drug. Let's also take the 10 Bone Fragments and swap out Minotaur for Living Armor. Let's move on to the next item room because we should probably be able to actually get the final totem maxed out, I think, because we have really got lucky on the Skuls that we found. And we definitely will now because we do find the Harpy Lady, so we can get the extra 25 Bone Fragments off her. And Skul rooms now we probably just don't need to worry about at all. So we're just going to be sticking with the money and the item rooms now. And we will just go ahead, let Yagmon's Thorn get destroyed. And this run is completely finished now. There's nothing else I could want. Like I said, unless we find something like Hope Slasher or something extremely good for us, nothing's really going to replace the items we've got. So let's take the money. We're on to Joan. And she's not going to be causing a problem, so let's just kill her.
Okay, let's go.
And we all know she's got her 2 stages. The first stage, we're just going after the totems. Doesn't really matter which one's which because they're going to be dead either way. Let's activate the shurikens here. We can get the extra skill cooldowns from Infinite Bone. Let's head over to the right-hand side. And this lady is not going to be surviving for too much longer. The only thing I would say about Ninja is that you can kind of lose your way with him if you're not really tracking where you are properly, which can happen. It's happened to me most of the time. So you just want to be playing like a little bit extra safely, if you will. And we've only got one more totem left. The shurikens and basics should just be able to finish it off. And there we go. Let's go up to the Joan fight herself. We're going to start off by spamming these skills with Troll activated. Then we'll just go for the basics and probably finish the lady off. So let's activate this, go for all the skills. And she's getting a lot of damage taken off of her. Let's dodge through the ball attack. Let's go for that. Activate the shadow clones. And Joan is going to be very much dead here in a few more hits. We can just sit on the right-hand side here. Let's go for the explosive shurikens. And she's done. And let's open the chest. What are we going to be getting? And we do find the Hunter's wooden longbow, which we're actually going to be swapping out for the Infinite Bone. Get that extra crit damage, which is certainly not bad. And let's move on here to the final bit of the curses. I'm going to be putting the final point into Predicted Pain and then also buying Kingslayer. And let's put the rest of the bone fragments into the physical attack totem. We'll be able to get that maxed out. And having all 3 totems maxed out is quite nice. It also looks great. And all we've got now to do is make our way over to the shop. And all we're doing is buying the odd suit and also locking in strike for the extra bit of crit damage. Okay, so if you guys have enjoyed today's episode and you do want to help support the channel, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you are new here, and there will be a playlist linked down in the description to our other Skul videos. So if you do want to see them or join the Discord, there will be links down in the description. And for the build, we have got Legendary Ninja with Troll. We've gone for a very big crit build with Gunpowder Sword, Crown of Thorns, and Thieves. And also having the Hunter's One and Longbow really helps with the crit damage. And other than that, we've just supplemented the other stuff with the Ring and the Pot of Greed, giving us that extra physical boost. And we've got nothing else to do now except go and kill the first hero. Now, we all know he's got his 2 phases. We just want to be playing it nice and safe in the first phase. Don't want to be taking too much damage. So let's activate Troll here. Go in for the big damage with the kunais. And we want to be dodging out of that attack, not just sitting in it taking tons of damage. We do end up playing it just a little bit smartly. Luckily with Ninja, he does have just a ton of skills on disposal. So we're not really running out out of ways to damage him from either close range or far away. This guy should just be dead. He's going to use his ultimate attack, so he can't get the finishing blow. But we can go in for the shadow clones and a few basics. This guy shouldn't be living too much longer. Let's hit him with the throwing kunais, and he is very low on health. Kingslayer should finish him off. And now we're on to the second phase. So we're going to be starting it off with a troll, and then let's just spam the skills, get the damage done. Okay, let's go for the skills. Let's activate troll here, get some big damage off, hit him with the basics, and we should be doing a ton here to this guy. Unfortunately, he got the actual troll away from us, but it doesn't really matter because we are doing a ton of damage to this guy anyway. Even the basics are going to be able to kill him. Let's wait for him to sit down, go in for the big damage now, getting all these skills nice and dealt with, and we can just sit here, use troll. Let's hit him with the big damage here with the basics, and we can just dodge out of the way of this attack, throw the kunais at him for trying to use it against us, and the basics here are going to be able to nearly finish this guy off. We just really don't want to be using the revive here. Luckily, the dodge, we can just fly up here. Let's go for the basics. We want to be dodging out the way of this attack. Unfortunately, we did get hit, but he's not going to be living for too much longer here, the first hero, and he is just dead. Okay, so that was our ninja run in the Dark Mirror. If you guys did enjoy and you do want to help support the channel, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you are new here. This has been Mystic, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.